guys, welcome to Farm Charm Chic. I'm Emily, and today I have some lemon-themed DIYs for you. It is part of the 5 DIYs for under $5 challenge, and I will talk a little bit more about that later. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love if you would consider doing so, but let's get right into it. So I grabbed this little sign at Dollar Tree and thought it would work perfect for what I would like to do here. So I'm just taking some scrapbook paper that has the blue and white buffalo check on it. I am loving the navy, like the blue, and the yellow with the lemons together. So in my decor, that's what I'm choosing to do. Somehow, if you could work it around where the black buffalo check is on this sign already, that would have been super cute too. But I really wanted to have the blue. So I just, with a regular glue stick, glued the front of the sign and then the back of the scrapbook paper also. So that way I got a really good area that was glued together, if you will. And then you can see that I'm just going to cut at the corners of the sign, and I'm going to fold up the edges and then just tuck those little corner pieces around. And then I'm going to cut the excess off, and then I take my emery board, or you could take a sanding block or whatever. You just want to give this a really good clean edge, and sandpaper in some form right here doing this is what I have found gives the best look to the edge that you can get. I got this little lamb's ear wreath from the wedding section at Hobby Lobby for 50% off. Just a tip, sometimes if you're looking for floral and the floral is not on sale at Hobby Lobby, sometimes the wedding stuff is on sale when the floral is not, and there's actually a little bit of floral there. So just a tip for you. But I did get this wreath. They had a couple different styles besides the lamb's ear that you could do. And then I also bought a little package of lemons at Hobby Lobby for 50% off. And I do use the lemons throughout a lot of my crafts today. So I sit and kind of play with the placement there and decide that I want to do 5 lemons on there. So you can see that on the wreath there was these little things that were poking out, and I had hoped that I could just put a little glue on and slide those lemons onto there, but it didn't work out so well. So what I end up doing is just deciding to glue the wreath down onto the sign first and then go through and glue my lemons on. That way it gives me a little bit more surface area to use to glue the lemons to. So after you glue them all on, that's it with this DIY. I think this turned out so cute. I love it. I think that the blue and the yellow and that green of the lamb's ear all works so well together. This DIY is so quick and so cute, and I love how it turned out. I found this little mason jar at the Dollar Tree, and I do take the lid, and it's kind of like to put a little votive in, but I don't end up using those, so you can keep those. It's a standard mason jar size. It'll fit on any other mason jar that you have. But first, what I'm going to do is go over this jar and completely cover it all in white. After I get my jar covered as much as I want it to, and you can also paint it in whatever color you want, but I just chose white. I had this blue and white striped ribbon from Joann's, and so I'm just going to measure around how much I need, and then I am going to glue this on to the jar to kind of give it some fun little visual interest on there and add a little bit of that blue color that I'm going for. And I just do that with a little bit of hot glue on each of the ends, and I just try to match up the ends as best I can to get it as straight as possible. Then I take just some various floral picks that I have. I kind of have some that are bits and pieces of other picks that I've had to stick in there. And I also have this lemon pick that I bought at Hobby Lobby during one of the 50% off sales. And then I also have another extra lemon from my bag of lemons that I had used. And so I kind of glue an extra one of those in there to kind of give it the number of 3 to kind of work in odds, if you will. And then I'm just sticking a couple of these little Dollar Tree pink flowers in there as well. And then I have this cute little bow that I had from a pack that I bought at Hobby Lobby that I'm going to glue onto the front there. And this is just a cute little floral arrangement to bring that lemon look into the decor. It brings in that navy blue color that I'm going for. I just think this turned out super cute and it was so simple. On the 5th of every month at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, I get together with Missy from Crafty Cove DIY to host this 5 under $5 DIY challenge. This month, the theme is lemons. All you have to do is click the link that is down in my description box, and that will play through the entire playlist of everybody's video that participated in this challenge. We are so excited this month to have Jackie from Blessed Beyond Measure be our co-host. Jackie is so talented and creates some of the most amazing DIYs, so you're definitely going to want to make sure that you check out her channel. There is so much lemony goodness in this month's playlist, so make sure you watch through all the videos and give them all a thumbs up and let them know that you appreciate all of the hard work that they have put in. That being said, let's get right back into the DIYs. With this DIY, I did pull out my Cricut and decide to kind of design a little bit of a graphic to make a sign with. I kind of got my inspiration from a bunch of different ones I looked at on Etsy and Google Images. There are a lot of fun templates on Etsy and also through Cricut Design Space or the Silhouette Studio, the design studio there. So you can definitely look at those places. If I can figure out how to start sharing the things that I design in my Cricut Design Space, I will definitely let you know. I have not figured out, or if you have any tips on that, definitely let me know down in the comments. But I just did this with some basic Cricut fonts that come in Design Space. And then this sign blank I got at Hobby Lobby. It was just $3 or $4. And it's I just think the quality of it is so good. And it's just a couple dollars more than like the signs that you get at Dollar Tree, but it's ready to go. You don't have to paint over it. You don't have to sand anything down, rip anything off or anything like that, or put scrapbook paper down. It's already distressed like this. It's got that cute whitewash on the back and then the darling little frame. And then the tie is already attached to it, like the little twine hanger on there. So I cut down my transfer paper to size so I can fit that in the middle and get it centered as best as I can. And then I'm just going to use my scraper to scrape that down. I'm just using a hotel key because that's all I can find, because honestly, I think I've probably thrown my scraper away. Have you guys ever done that you finally just figure that you've probably thrown them away with a bunch of garbage or something? I haven't found it in months. So anyway, I'm going to take some chalk paint and dry brush it over the vinyl. I love the way that looks. It gives it a weathered look. The matte finish of the chalk paint kind of dulls down. Even with matte vinyl, I feel like the matte chalk paint even dulls it down a little bit more and makes it look a little bit like it is painted on there, or part of the sign, if you will. So I just do that, and I just think this turned out so cute. Those little farm trucks are so popular right now, and I just thought it would be so fun with the little lemons to kind of do a little bit of a take on that. All right, here it is all finished. I think this turned out so cute. I think it is going to be the perfect little sign to add to my lemon display. So I'm taking one of these crates from Dollar Tree, and this is so simple and so easy, but you just take whatever color of paint that you want. I took a little bit of blue chalk paint. I did add a little bit of black to it to kind of give it a little bit more of a dark color. And I just cover the complete outside, and then I go down about an inch on the inside. That way, if you peek in, you're not going to see any of the natural wood color. You're just going to see the blue paint. Now I am going to glue down some grocery sacks into this to give a little bit of height. It's just what I could think of to use. I didn't have any styrofoam or anything, so you just kind of think outside the box of what will work. And obviously I don't want the white to peek through, so I do completely cover those with the same color of paint, so that way if you happen to see down into the crate at all, then you're not going to see white grocery sack. You're going to see that it's the same color as the rest of the crate. I do take a little bit of white chalk paint on just a little detail or chip brush, and I go through and just kind of age this really well, just kind of make it, distress it, give it that really weathered look. Then I'm going to take some of my lemons from my pack of lemons that I got at Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to just start arranging those, and I hot glue them in. And I find that what works easier is to kind of lay them down in and then go in and kind of put the glue a little bit next to them, and just kind of lift it up a little bit, you can see here, and then glue that down just to make sure they're exactly placed where I want them to be, and just kind of make a cute little stack of lemons here. After I have my desired amount of lemons glued on, I just take some jute twine and I do wrap that around the crate 3 or 4 times, and then I just kind of tie it off, and I just tie it into a bow, and then I tie another bow, so that way it's kind of a double bow there. You could easily do a bow on the side, like off of the, like tie your own and then glue the bow on if you wanted to. I just had long enough twine on there, I thought I would just go ahead and tie it. And then I just trimmed the little tails on it there, and I think this turned out so cute. The lemons are not going to go flying everywhere. It's going to be perfect to add into my lemon decor. So simple, so easy, and so inexpensive, and I think it turned out absolutely adorable. I would love if you guys came and said hi to me over on my Instagram page. It's just Farm Charm Chic. You can see from my fun photos that I just keep an update of all the things that I'm working on, ways I'm decorating, all sorts of things. So definitely come say hi. I would love to see you over there. I've seen a lot of other DIYers find cutting boards at thrift stores, or you could easily take a jigsaw and cut a template out of like some wood or MDF board to get one. I found this at IKEA. It was just right around the $4 range, and I thought it would be super cute to do this with. So I'm just taking a piece of lemon scrapbook paper and tracing it out, and then I am going to use my glue stick to glue this onto the surface. I decided to not paint the back of my cutting board. I personally liked the look of the color of the wood kind of on the edges there, but you easily could paint this if you would want to. You could even do like this scrapbook paper on the front and then flip it over and do a different on the back, and that way you kind of get a 2-for-1 out of it. I do take some scissors. I actually switched to my little precision scissors here to get a little bit of a closer cut and trim pretty close to the edge. And then I'm going to take my emery board. You can use sandpaper or whatever you like to go along the edge to give it that really crisp, clear edge there. It gives it a very nice clean look. And then, of course, since we put glue and paper onto the cutting board, we're not using this for, it's not food safe. You're just going to use it for decoration, obviously. And then I do poke the hole with the little pencil there and use my scissors. I take these little wooden tags that I bought a package of at Hobby Lobby. I just need one of them. I use my crocodile to poke a little hole into it there to put some twine through. I'll go ahead and link that crocodile down in my description box if you're interested in that. They are amazing. And then I just paint my little tag completely white here, and then I take, you know, what is this, 7 or 8 beads that I put onto some twine also, and I'm gonna wrap this through the hole of the top of the cutting board. That way it's gonna create a cute little tag on here. So very carefully, to stop this from fraying, I am just going to use a little bit of glue and let it dry for a little bit. That way it's not hot. So definitely don't burn yourself doing this. And then I just kind of twist as I'm pulling that glue off. This kind of gives it just a little bit of a surface that you can stick through and not have it start to fray. And I'm just going to wrap this twine around the top. And then I do just go in and glue it down to secure it completely. I found this cute little easy peasy lemon squeezy graphic on Cricut's Design Space, and so I just went ahead and cut that out, and I'm just putting that on. And then I am going to dry brush a little around the edge here with, I think this is my antique wax that I'm using going around. This is just going to kind of give it a little bit of an aged and weathered look. Very rarely do I go through a video where I don't distress something, so I feel like this is giving a little bit of a distressed look to this. And then I also take some white paint and I do dry brush that a little bit over my lemon graphic, as well as I dry brush it over the beads also, just to kind of give them a little bit of an aged look also. I don't know, I just thought it kind of looked good. It kind of made them pop a little bit on there, just kind of like they were something that had been hanging out for a really long time. I think this turned out so cute. I think that little tag looks darling on there in my hutch in my kitchen where I'm going to put all of my lemon stuff. I think this is going to be so cute and be the perfect little touch for a lemon kitchen. Here is my complete lemon display. I think everything turned out so cute. It was so easy. A lot of these were extremely simple and didn't take much time at all. I just think they're super fun. I love that we give you kind of a whole display for $5 per DIY or less, and like what an impact it makes. I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you guys loving the lemon thing right now? I think they were so fun. It was so challenging to kind of think of 5 different lemon things to do, but I'm so excited to decorate my hutch with these. I think they all turned out super cute. Guys, if you would please click that link down in the playlist and go through and watch everybody else's video, see all the other wonderful lemon ideas that everybody else came up with. And I want you guys to remember to be safe, be smart, be nice, be happy, choose to have a good day because you are amazing. If you enjoyed the video that you just saw, here's another one that you might enjoy. And as always, remember to like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching and have an amazing day.